Hello, and welcome to What Am I Rolling, a twice-monthly RPG one-shot podcast, hosted by me, Fiona. This week, I'm joined by my friends Andrew, Drew, and Sarah for You Awaken in a Strange Place, a fully improvised role-playing game for 4 players, designed by Jacob Andrews. You Awaken in a Strange Place is a fully improvised one-shot tabletop RPG that requires 0 preparation and only a few hours of time. Follow the game's instructions to determine the setting, the characters, and all the details of world building on the fly. Get right into the good stuff of playing fun characters with your fun friends. It's fun. You can find out more information about You Awaken in a Strange Place and download your own copy on itch.io. I'll add links to it on the What Am I Rolling website and in this episode's show notes. This episode's special guests are Andrew Rojas and Drew Saplin from Rooster Teeth's The Most, a podcast where the hosts Andrew and Drew discover more about their friends by asking them the most questions. You can check out all the past episodes of The Most on roosterteeth.com and follow the show on Twitter at TheMostCast. I was lucky enough to be on their show a few times, and I would highly recommend checking out the episode where I ran for them Grant Howitt's Jason Statham's Big Vacation as a one-shot. It was super, super fun. As the game breaks up quite nicely into distinct sections, I'll go through each section before each part of the one-shot. One last thing before we begin. Naturally, there are times in this one-shot where the players, and myself, mostly myself, get the rules wrong or forget something plot-wise. Whilst we always endeavour to stick to the rules wherever possible, at the end of the day, we all make mistakes. And what matters most is that everyone enjoys themselves. Okay, so we're playing a game called You Awaken in a Strange Place, which is designed by a person called Jacob Andrews. It's an interesting one because I've done 0 prep for this, so instantly I feel terrified as a result. The first thing I'd like you all to do for me is roll 2d6 and let me know what numbers you get. So, to start, let's establish the setting. Players must each roll 2d6 and check their results. The player with the highest roll must silently think of a genre. The player with the middle roll must silently think of an adjective. And the player with the lowest roll must silently think of a location. Once every player has decided, they state their choice out loud, in the order they've rolled. So use your dice rollers, use physical dice, whatever, but just let me know what the number is that you get.
5 and 1, so 6.
6 for Drew. Yep.
5 and 2.
So Sarah gets 7.
5 and 5.
10. All right, so Andrew, Sarah, and Drew. That is the order we're going in. Now, this is a scary bit. Andrew, with the highest number, I want you to silently think of a genre. And it can be, and I'm going to say this now, as niche as you want it to be, but it can also be as varied as you want it to be. So it could just be sci-fi, it could be fantasy, it could be film noir, anything like that. So think of a genre and keep it to yourself. Sarah, as a sort of middle role, I want you to think of an adjective, so a describing word or anything like that. Do feel free to Google one if you're not 100% sure, because I had to do that in the game when we played it as well. And then finally, Drew, with the lowest number, I want you to think of a location, and it can be literally any location. It could be something based on Earth, like a real life location, or it could be just something that you're like, oh, I like the sound of this. So have a quick think. I'll give you 30 seconds to have a think of it if need be.
Tick, 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 tick. Insert some, high energy, thinking music. The Jeopardy theme music, absolutely. Exactly. That's what I will do. You got it, Drew?
I'm ready. Oh, are we waiting on me? I thought everybody was on the same timer.
No, everyone's on the same timer. All right.
Okay, very good.
Okay, if we're all good to go, Sarah, are you good?
Yeah.
Andrew, what genre have you picked for our game?
Pirate.
On
the high seas, pirates.
Amazing. High seas pirates. Okay. Sarah, what is the adjective?
Charming.
Amazing. Okay, so we've got charming. Charming. Okay, and Drew, give us a location that's not going to fit with either of these things.
Grocery store.
Excellent. Grocery store.
It's a sample of cheese you've been eating.
Fantastic. And this is exactly what we wanted.
Next, in the same turn order, each player must make one statement about the world of the game. As per the core tenets, whatever they say becomes true about the world. The players and the GM must then work together and use these facts to form a more complete picture of the world.
All right, so now we're going to go round again. So it's going to go the same order. So it's going to go Andrew, Sarah, and Drew. And I want you to make a statement about this world, this charming high seas pirate setting that will include a grocery shop in it or a grocery store in it. Whatever you say, and again, I have to hold my my heart on this one, is true. Okay, so it's going to be a short thing, so that it could be something like there's no such thing as the color blue, and it is just true. So you get like a freebie of like creating this world. So Andrew, first sort of core tenet of this world, what is true about this world?
Everyone is a little drunk.
Excellent. Yep. Everyone is always a little drunk. And I'm guessing that's all ages, all genders.
Ages, all genders, pan humanity is all across. Yes.
I love that. It's like everyone's had at least 2 pints. Okay.
That's right.
All right. So that's our first tenet. Everyone is slightly drunk. Sarah, what would be your tenet? What is true about this world?
I would say that the fruit that grows in this world is extremely large and then very oversized.
Oversized fruits. Okay.
Oversized fruits and vegetables.
Perfect. I love it because pirates are all about scurvy, so we're going to go well with that.
No, there is no scurvy. As a result, as a ramification, scurvy does not exist in this universe the oversized fruits.
Oversized fruit and veg. Fantastic. All right. And bring us home, Drew. What is true about this world?
Parrots are as smart as people.
Oh, no. That NPC is going to come out, isn't it? Okay. Parrots are as smart as people. Great. So our 3 main tenets for this world, that is what we believe is true, is that everyone is slightly drunk, there are oversized fruit and veg, and parrots are as smart as people. I love it. I love it.
Next, creating characters. Players roll 2d6 and then create their characters, one at a time, starting with the player who rolled the highest. This player describes what character they want to be. They now make up 4 skill verbs that apply to their character. 1 skill that they're amazing at, which is a +2. 1 skill that they're good at, a +1. 1 skill they're bad at, a -1. And finally, 1 skill they're horrible at, which is a -2. The player should use these skills to help paint a picture of who their character is. Once the first player is done, the next player repeats the process, but this time has to invent 4 completely new skill verbs for their character. The third player repeats the process again, and again has to come up with 4 new skill verbs for their character. After all the players have created their characters and set their skills, the GM must then add 4 additional skill verbs to fill out whatever might be missing in the session. They must try to call back to the established setting and come up with skill verbs that help flesh out the world. These 16 skills are the only types of roles the players are allowed to make in the game, so all the challenges must revolve around these skills. Every player has access to these skills, and if they don't have a bonus from the character creation, then that skill starts off as a +0.
All right, we're now going to go on to character creation. So I want everyone, again, to roll 2d6 for me, and then we'll go in order of highest to start people's characters.
5 and 3.
So that's an 8 for Sarah.
12 for me.
Whoa. Drew going from last to first.
5 and 6.
5 and 6. And so this is a complete flip around. Fantastic. Okay, so we'll start with Drew. So this is for all of you. I'll give you some time to think on this one. So I want you to think of a character you would like to play in this world. I will say this: they don't have to be pirates. They can be influenced by the setting. They can be pirates in nature, but it's something that why would they be here? We've had games where they've come from a different world, they're aliens, or they are just concepts of happiness or anything like that. So you can play anything like that. So I want you to think of a character, think of a quick short bio for it, and then I want you to think of 4 skills that they have. And it's going to be 1 skill that they're amazing at, 1 skill that they are good at, 1 skill that they are bad at, and something that they're horrible at. And what I will say, that we'll all have the same skills for everyone. So when Drew is finished, you will also have those 4 skills, but at 0.
Good, bad, horrible. And what was the 4th?
Amazing, good, bad, and horrible. So amazing is going to be a +2. Good is a +1. Bad is a -1. And horrible is a -2. So have a think. So so what I'm asking you to do is get a character, a quick bio of what they are, and 4 skills that they have, 2 of which they're positive and 2 of which are negative.
Copy. I'm ready, I think.
Wow. You're on it. You're on it. Okay.
I'm going to wing it. I'm going to wing my 4 skills just so that to keep things moving.
Sounds good. All right. So what's your character, Drew? What's your character's name?
My name's Randy the Butcher.
Excellent. Randy the Butcher. Fantastic.
I'm amazing at chopping.
Yep.
I'm good at naming parts of meats.
Yep.
I'm bad at forgiveness. And I'm horrible at remembering names.
So you will get a +1 to chopping, a +2 to chopping, +1 to naming parts of meat, -1 for forgiveness, and -2 for forgetting people's names. And those 4 skills, Sarah and Andrew, you will also have, but you'll have a 0 in those just now, just so you know. So write those down. Tell us a bit about Randy the Butcher whilst those other 2 are writing them down. What do they look like?
Randy the Butcher is a very large man standing at about 6'7", but isn't very strong. He's gaunt, rail thin, and 1 eye, obviously, as a pirate butcher. Used to be like a butcher of humans, but has since gotten into was known as Randy the Butcher before being. He's a former pirate turned grocer. Yeah, he works at the butcher counter at the pirate grocery store. He's kind of like the soup Nazi from Seinfeld. He takes no guff from anyone. But the problem is that I can't remember names. And so my customers, anytime that they come in, even if they're a regular, I'm like, oh, it's shit. And then
you're always snapping.
I'm always snapping, and I'm always getting orders wrong and not remembering anybody's names, but I'm also terrible at forgiveness. And so I just I refuse to apologize anytime that I'm incorrect.
I can already tell Randy's going to be quite a character for this adventure. Fantastic. Okay, we're now going to go to Sarah. Sarah, What is your character? Give us a bit of a bio and what are the skills they have.
I'm Daisy the apple farmer.
Excellent.
I supply the apples to the grocery store and we make all our cider there. I don't know if I'll be able to keep up this accent the whole time.
Oh, well, we'll be testing you this whole time. What are your skills, Daisy?
I am very, very good at throwing and catching and collecting all the apples.
Throwing and catching, yep.
I'm quite good at stomping because sometimes we stomp our own apples for the cider.
Stomping?
I think that's how you make cider.
Sure, in this world we do, yes.
Apples.
You sure do.
Yeah, it works for wine, so why not apples? I'm not very good at haggling.
Okay.
And charisma, talking to the shop folk.
Mm-hmm.
And don't have any strength at all.
No, you are.
I am very weak.
You are weak. How about no upper body strength? So upper body strength is the skill, but -2 to that. All right. So
true to life.
Sad times for Drew and Andrew. Then, so the 4 skills that you'll have in 0 is throwing and catching, stomping, haggling, and upper body strength, and those are all at 0 as well. All right. Let's bring us home, Andrew. What is your character you're bringing to the table? What are the 4 skills?
I am slightly more conceptual.
Okay.
I am the wind.
Excellent.
And you can call me Windy if you'd like.
The wind.
Windy to his friends.
That's right. Windy to my friends. I am the wind. I am as old as time itself.
Yep.
I've been around. I've seen things. I've seen it all. And so I am very good at blowing and moving.
Yep.
That's what I'm very good at.
Yeah.
I'm decently good at persuading. So I can very much whisper in your ear and get you to go on a call of adventure.
Ooh.
and not good at being still, as the wind is usually wont to do. And I'm very bad at giving instructions. So I am absolute dog shit at giving any type of, instructions, directions, any of that kind of thing. I am, as the wind blown myself. So that's my story.
Fantastic. All right. So you'll have a +2 in blowing and moving. I'd say whispering for your second one. So that's you're good at that. You're not so good at stillness, I guess. You're bopping and jiving. So I see that. And then finally giving instructions as a -2. So just for those other folk. So you have those 4 skills as well at 0. It says in the rules, I now have to find 4 other skills that cover everything else. And you guys have done quite a number. There's very niche skills of naming parts of meat and stomping and upper body strength and blowing and moving. I guess it's pirates. So I will say another skill would be swimming. You might need to swim. Following pirate code would be another one. Yeah, why not? I saw that thought. And finding booty. There you go. Sure. And drinking grog. There's another one. So those are the 4 other ones. So that was, what did I say, chaps? I forgot.
Swimming, pirate code, finding booty, drinking grog.
Perfect. Thank you.
Whenever a player wants to accomplish something difficult or the GM throws a challenge in their way, the player must roll 2d6 plus their bonus point for any given skill to determine their success. A 10 to 12 is a success. The player gets exactly what they want. A 7 to 9 is a mixed success. The player gets partially what they want or at a cost. And finally, 6 or less is a failure. The player fails to get what they want. Once the setting and characters have been created, the GM is given 5 minutes to jot down notes and ideas before the game begins. The game should begin in the middle of the action. The GM must think up an exciting scenario within the world that's been established to drop the players into. When the GM is ready to begin the game, they must begin with the opening line, "You awaken in a strange place."
So just before we go, because I'm going to have at least 3 minutes to try and come up with an adventure. That's when I'm going to get you guys to sort of chat amongst yourselves whilst I do that. But I just want to say that the main mechanic of this, using your 2d6, at any time there comes a point where you're like, I'm going to do an action and it is probably in some doubt. You can say, I'm going to do this action. I'll go, cool, I'll need you to roll 2d6. And there are 3 levels to this. You have 6 and under is a complete failure. A 7 to 9 is a mixed success. So you kind of get what you want, but at a cost. But a 10 to 12 is a success. And you'll have some skills, so the +2 and +1, they will definitely help. But you also have minus skills as well. If at any point you fail in a skill, so say, for example, you failed at doing a stomping roll, do a tally next to it. And then the next time you roll a stomping roll, you'll get a +1 to that roll. So every time you fail, you'll add a +1 up to a maximum of 2. So don't worry. It's just to make sure you fail forward, if you see what I mean. And that's it. So I'm going to put 3 minutes on the clock for me to come up with a
good luck, Fiona. Christ.
No, that's fine. So talk amongst yourselves. And I'll
have a mishmash.
I'd like to reiterate, this was your idea. So, I mean, hoisted by your own petard.
I asked for chaos and it delivered. Thank you. So I'll be back with you in 3 minutes. I'm going to time myself on this. So please talk amongst yourselves.
I was going to ask, what were your the apple farmer? What character's name and your skills? Sorry, I didn't write them down.
Daisy, the apple farmer. +2 for throwing and catching. Okay. +1 for stomping. -1 for haggling, and -2 for upper body strength.
I'm so curious as to what Fiona decides how big these apples are going to be. Like, they're big. Like, we understand that they're big in this universe, but like the fact that you have no upper body strength makes me think like this girl be catching like beach ball sized apples and just getting obliterated every time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm imagining a lot of basket catches. So you're really just taking them to the chest, like stomach,
swinging it around.
Oh, yeah,
covered in bruises.
Yeah, just with these
absolutely battered.
Tire-sized apples. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I end up just if they're too big, I'll just roll them back to the barn.
I'm having some sort of flashback to like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Wasn't there some sort of giant
James
fruit?
and the giant peach.
Maybe very good.
Yeah,
yes.
This is we've created a very Roald Dahl.
Between the butcher
adventure.
And the giant fruit.
Yeah.
And the wind.
Everyone climbs inside.
And some sort of esoteric comment, like the wind. Andrew, I will say, if you made a face that like a blowing, like a face, I feel like it would be easy to Photoshop you onto one of those old pirate maps where the wind has a face.
Yeah.
Like you have a wind's face.
Thank you.
It's a compliment. They're always like stern looking, but handsome. Yeah.
I just need to get a tattoo right here that says "Here be monsters."
Yes.
Right here, because like this is a very, because I'm the wind blowing here, and then just like a serpent over here. And then the waterfall is like down here.
Some kraken
over the edge of the world. Yeah, exactly.
Do you have tattoos? You have tattoos.
No, not a one.
It's odd. I don't have any either.
I have 7.
Sarah, you have 7.
I do.
I feel like it's a strange occurrence to meet folks who don't have them anymore.
Yeah, I think like as well. I mean, I work in like a big open plan office, and we've recently taken in like a new intake of loads of young people, and I don't think there's a single one of them that started that hasn't got tattoos. You wouldn't see it in the office like 10 years ago.
Right. You got to like do the long sleeves and cover up your neck. But yeah, Roses, we've talked about this before. My past self has always done me such a disservice. So I've never gotten a tattoo just because I don't want to be reminded of my past self ruining my day. I'm just like, younger Drew is such a menace.
I've definitely gone through phases of like, oh, I love this. Oh, I really hate this now. Oh, I love it again. It's okay. That memory's faded. That's like, move on from that one.
Yeah, I mean, it really is a case of like, I have nothing against tattoos or even getting them on myself. I just like haven't ever like run across something that I was like, I want that on me forever.
Yeah.
I want to see this every day. Yeah.
Yeah. Or you know what? I should just get one in a place that I can't see every day. So it's like get one like back here or something.
I feel like I'd forget and then be shocked and just be like, oh, there's a horse back there. God.
I did that for a little while.
Folks, I have an adventure for you.
Welcome back. That 3 minutes was quick.
It was quick. It was
very good.
Yes. Prepared for a lot of puns. Okay. So, Randy, Daisy, and the wind, you awaken in a strange place. There is the creaking of floorboards with the light coming through as you all sort of awaken, including you, the wind. Below decks of a massive ship, you can smell sort of the must and grime of several overripe peaches and bananas that happen to be up in a corner somewhere, rolling around because they're far too big for boxes. And you're all sort of there waking up, and you realize you're all chained together. Including you, the wind.
Including you, the wind.
Weirdly, when you look at the wind, it's almost like Predator style, invisible. There is something there.
Yeah.
Some sort of shape. And you look down and you're covered, there's like a ball and chain on one side, but you're all sort of chained together in a sort of open area with a cell, and there's no one else around. What would you guys like to do?
We're below decks on a boat.
Yeah, you can definitely feel like the ocean, like sort of moving side to side.
At sea.
Rocking.
I just want to get some context.
Fruit.
Yeah, there's like fruit rolling. Like,
do we know each other?
No. Conveniently, you do not.
Hello, strangers.
Hello.
I think the first thing I want to do is make formal introductions. Hello, I'm a primordial force.
Good to meet you. I'm a butcher.
I'm a farmer.
Normal introductions I had.
I do not believe that these apples and rolling around rotten peaches and fruit are mine. They don't look like mine.
No, and you would know, Daisy, because normally you have your Daisy's Fruit Farm sticker all over them, like a big sort of something that you'd have on the back of a laptop, like big style. They're not on these fruit at all.
No.
There's no apple. There's none of your apples here. No.
Not got my stamp on it.
No.
I'd like to go above deck just to see what's going on. Are we allowed to
We're chained
head up?
Yeah, you're all chained together with one big chain ball with you, so you can. But
Could I ask the wind to blow us up on top of the top deck, blow the ball up to the top deck?
I'm now very confused because if I'm down here, who is moving the ship?
Who's moving the boat?
Yeah, that is really concerning.
This is very concerning.
Yep. Somebody is doing your job and you don't like it.
As a force of nature, someone or something is doing my job.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and take a deep breath and go ahead and try to blow this giant ball that we're all chained to toward the stairs leading out of the hold.
Yeah, I need you to roll 2d6 and add +2 because you're using your blowing and moving skill. And let me know what you get.
I got an 8.
An 8 is a mixed success. You start to blow and the ball, again, rolls and you all sort of shuffle along and it takes an inordinate amount of time to get there. But when you get to the stairs, you're all out of puff, essentially. And you look up and the stairs itself, it looks very steep and very high. You don't think you're going to be able to blow up the chain ball up the stairs. But you have you've got to the stairs at least. And actually, you all looking up, you can hear the sound of seagulls crying. You hear shouts like, "No, they can't, Captain!" And people running about on deck.
I think I heard an avast. If I'm not mistaken, I heard an avast.
Yes, yar, several times.
It's okay, good. My word. We're still chained together. My blowing, folks, I gotta apologize. I don't know what happened to me. Maybe it was from being unconscious below deck. But
you are not used to this. You're an entity.
Having a corporeal form and being confined to places is just something you'll need to get used to. The wind.
Yeah, this is out of my wheelhouse.
Can I call you Windy? Are we on a friends basis now that we're all chained together below the deck?
Listen, since we are all chained together in a predicament that we have no memory of how we got into, we can go ahead and assume that we're friends now.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Call me Wendy. Listen, we're all in this together.
Now, with Drew's chopping skills, with Randy's chopping skills, are these chopping skills with weapons only, or can he just use his arms?
Whatever way you interpret.
Just karate chopping.
General chopping. Yeah, anything that involves a swift motion downward, I feel like I'd be fine at.
Yeah.
Can you chop us through to the next room to see if there's an easier escape?
Through the wall, eh?
Yeah. Okay. Can you chop through these planks?
I think I'd like to chop. Let's chop.
All right, 2d6 +2. That's your chopping skill, and let me know the result.
I rolled a 4 and a 6, and then I'm +2, so I would be.
That's a 12. That is successful. So you're about to chop through the wall, but realize you are probably below decks. So chopping through the wall will probably allow water to get in. So maybe you redirect it, and you chop the chain ball in half. And it instantly, all your manacles and stuff pop open, and you are all free to be with the wind. You sort of go,
there we go. I can stretch myself.
Yes.
Stretch your clouds.
It's very much like Mr. Fantastic, if you think about it a little bit like that. But yes, you are free of your manacles.
You're welcome. I'm sorry, I've forgotten both of your names.
Easy.
All right, Windy, we're friends.
The wind.
Oh, right. I'm so sorry.
The wind.
Thank you.
Oh, masterful wind.
But yeah, so you're all free down in this belly of the sort of beast. And like you can see now, when you're closer to the steps, again, you can see more fruit around here. They've got lots of pummets of grapes. You've got watermelon, a massive watermelon, and then lots of different sized peaches. Different sized peaches, all of different size, all of them slightly overripe though, so there's that pungent sweet smell as well. But yeah, above you hear avast, they're gaining, Captain, etc.
Oh, that sounds like we're being chased. People are after us, from what I can hear from upstairs.
I'm getting big Gulliver's Travels energy here with the various fruits and things being chased in boats, etc.
Are we in any danger from these fruits rolling around, maybe, and rolling over us? It seems to be, instead of loose cannons, we have loose cherries and stuff.
I would say, because as it is oversized fruit is a part of this world, you've all been on safety courses knowing how to handle big fruit.
Copy that.
So you're okay. You're not going to be like, oh no. So you're aware of safety in the workplace. Even the wind is aware of falling.
We all watched that film strip in 4th grade on giant fruit safety. Yes. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So you know how to handle fruit, so to speak.
We can dodge our way out.
Exactly. You've been in those situations before. Lots of cut close things. So yeah, especially Daisy, who is a apple farmer. So she's probably got it covered.
It's the way.
I keep wanting to lean into the face blindness bit and say who? But We're free. We could go up. We could just go up on deck. Could we collect some of these fruits in order to use potentially, depending on the situation on deck, Daisy's throwing and catching skills, because we might need to take out a couple folks.
Absolutely. So I will give you free range. What kind of fruit do you want to take up? Each of you can carry one big bit of fruit. What fruit would you like to take up? And this is where you Google search most unusual fruit.
I'd like a good softball sized grape, please.
Perfect. Yes, you get one. It's seeded or unseeded.
Seeded. I need to hit somebody with it. If I'm decking somebody.
Yeah, you get it. It's not. I'd say it's maybe a little bit bigger than a softball itself, but it's like a bowling ball essentially. It's not got the weight of it, but it's definitely like that sort of. You can easily chuck it underarm. Because that's clearly not what you're going to do. All right, what about the rest of you? What other fruit are you going to take up with you?
I am going to go for a pomegranate.
Ooh.
Oh, that's what that was going to be mine. No.
Yeah, easy enough. You get like a big sort of pomegranate. You sort of maybe tear into it. You got a few of the little, almost like red gems, as it were. And actually, as you look down, there's so many of these beautiful things, about the size of a little bullet. So you think you'll be good to throw them almost like ball bearings as well. So you could use them to scatter things. So absolutely. So yeah, you have pomegranates. All right, Andrew, what are you thinking? What is the wind planning to take up with them?
I am going to take up a banana.
Okay.
In hopes that someone might mistake it for a gun. That someone might mistake it for some sort of rifle.
A rifle-sized banana?
Yeah.
A musket, sure. You can find one that's got like a squishy end, is a bit brown, and you're like, yeah.
And listen, if push comes to shove, I will squeeze one end of this. And we've all seen cartoons. When you squeeze one end of a banana, the other side fires out. So this is in some ways also a gun.
I feel like yeah. And if we peel the banana and throw it on deck, that's just a slippery situation waiting to happen.
Exactly. A banana, nature's musket. That's what nature's blunderbuss is the banana. So I'm taking a banana.
Fantastic. So tooled up with fruit, you ascend the stairs. And again, it gets to a point where you sort of go up, maybe you're stealthing a little bit to get up. That's a good point. What order are people going in? Like, what's your marching order going up the stairs? Because it is, I'd say, about 5 feet across. So you're sort of slowly making your way. You don't want to necessarily be side by side. You want to get some angle. Who's going first?
I would vote the wind, as he's the least conspicuous.
With a massive banana floating in the air. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm presuming harder to hit.
Also true.
Possibly.
I vote to burst through the doors of this place.
Of course.
With a banana in hand and get us out of this hold.
Fantastic. All right. So the wind is going first, and then Randy or Daisy, who would like to go next?
Charge up next with my pomegranate bullets.
Very good. And I'll follow in the back, armed, locked and loaded, ready to hit someone with one large seeded grape.
Hey, you're just happy to be there, I think, at this point.
I'm just excited, man.
So you go up, you like slow motion, like you're hearing more shouts and more seagull noises and like, Captain, they're gaining on us. And the wind, you burst through and you see a terrible sight. The huge deck of this huge pirate ship with various sails are completely covered in what looks like netting of the plastic kind, like sort of very fine thing, but it's over all the things. There are people trapped in the netting going, no, they're gaining. And you turn and you see to the side of you another ship, but emblazoned on it, you see the name of it. It says Trader Joe's. And you know Trader Joe's is the worst pirate of the seas because they force fruit up on all that bit for unreasonable high prices.
Oh no!
And clearly they are trying to stop whatever ship you're on. And you're looking around. There is bursts of various potatoes as it's being fired out of the cannon. Big holes in the ship start happening. It is chaos, and you look like you're about to be boarded by several assistants in the green apron. Like, hi, happy to help with big knives about to come over. What are the three of you doing?
I think that in my mind, I'm very confused because we were locked up, chained in the hold of the ship.
Right.
But everyone on the ship is in duress.
Mm-hmm.
So whose side are we on? Are we on Trader Joe's side? Because maybe they're coming to rescue us.
That would make us, if we switch sides, that would make us Trader Joe's.
Oh,
I gotta go. That's all my time.
Well, that's you. Randy's done.
Yep. So I'm racking my racking my oxygen molecules, thinking, whose side are we on, friends?
We need to gain some information from people.
That's right. I'm pretty good at persuading.
Yeah, I was going to say, Daisy, you would know more about this because you are one of those people that go into shops. You have never set foot in a Trader Joe's. You don't agree with their ethos.
We just have local shops for local people around here.
Exactly. Even though that's what Trader Joe's and Tristar does, but they don't. You don't trust them. So you're aware there's a big mistrust there for you. But for the rest, who knows? They are just a big force on the seas. So yes, so what would you like to do? So there are people coming over that they're about to board. You can hear them shout various generic catchphrases like ahoy and stop in the name of love.
Yeah.
So what would you guys like to do? Like, you want to find information? You can see if there's somebody on the ship here that you could talk to, or if you want to talk to the Trader Joe's or Tracer Joe's coming across.
I would like to.
Yeah.
Whisper in the captain of this ship's ear to tell our party what's going on.
Fantastic. Okay, so that's going to be a +1 because you're using whispering. Roll the 2d6 and tell me what you get.
5 and 4 + 1.
A 10, so you just succeed. You find the captain, a sort of woman with big spectacle glasses and a captain's hat askew a little bit on the ship's steering wheel. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. We picked you up and we just weren't sure what pirate allegiance you are. So we're Aldi. We're just a local independent shop. We've just changed the canvas bags and everything, and we're just out on a. And she pulls out a big sort of map that's sort of tattered, and you look, and it's actually made of old receipts have been stitched together, and on the back it's sort of leads around various landmarks, and there's a big cross. Yes, we're trying to find the lost treasure of the whoops counter. And we think Trader Joe's is after it because all they want is expensive prices for their fruits. And they can't have us. They've gunned down every other ship. Please, you have to help us. This old lady with like big glasses, like looking up to the wind, an apple farmer and a butcher.
Well, you've come to the right place.
Yeah.
I've not gone anywhere. My ship.
Happy to help, though I am terrible at forgiveness, but I'll allow it this once.
So what would you like to do? Again, they're starting to board. They make stuff up. She looks terrified, but she's on the wheel, so you're still going with the wind at your pace. So you possibly could outrun them, but you're going to have to do something to stop them boarding. If you wish to be a part of the ship,
I think we should stick with this ship, stick with the small folk, and potentially put some wind in the sails, and also chuck out some ammo to slow them down coming across on their planks and trying to swing across to us.
Agreed.
In their pirate ways.
Agree.
So, all right, so 3 of you, you're doing 1 action each, I think, if you're trying to help them not board. So let's go with Daisy first. What are you doing to help the ship at this moment in time?
I will throw ammo at those swinging across from Trader Joe's.
So you're gonna throw you're gonna get your pomegranate seeds and you're just gonna like spit them into the air. Okay, so that's what you'll do. We'll come to you in a second. Randy, what are you doing?
I'm going to yell out different parts of meat that people should cut at as the people are boarding the ship, because I'm very good at naming meat parts. So I'm going to say like, that's the jugular and that's the femoral artery. And so that way death is certain.
Brilliant. So you're naming meats like as an insult or almost like threatening them. Like, I'm going to cut this bit of you. I'm going to cut that bit of you.
Yeah. I'm also telling the other crew people on the boat where to cut the other folks so that they have a good idea.
Oh, I love that. Okay, and then the wind or windy. What are you doing?
I'm gonna blow these sails. I'm gonna do what I was born to do.
Fantastic.
Is move this ship. Only this ship. I'm going right into our sails and our sails only.
Fantastic. All right. Well, we'll go in that order then. So Daisy, roll 2d6 for me, and you are doing throwing and catching.
I've got 10.
10, so that's a success. So you dig in deep and you just like almost machine gun fire with your hands, and you just hear lots of like Wilhelm screams of oh, as people fall into the water and they splash, and you can just hear like, no, oh, I don't know, one of your 5 a day, stuff, various fruit things they shout out loud. So yes, you managed to stop most of the onboarding stuff from happening, but then we'll go to Randy. So Randy, roll for me.
Oh, right.
Roll naming parts of meat, which I believe is a +1.
A 4 and a 3 plus 1 would be 8 for me.
So a mixed success.
Ah, damn it.
No, but it's okay. So you're stopping the invasive forces. They're sort of coming on, and you're like, no, the jugular, no, the trapezoid, no, the thigh, and you often have someone go back to you going, sorry, I think you mean the spine. And you're like, no, and you're having to, it's teaching people on the job. And you're like,
yes,
don't have time for that. But finally, we have the wind. So the wind, you're rushing up the sort of the little rope ladder thing. You're at the top, and you're like, this is my big thing. And you're going to blow. So 2d6 for me, please.
5 and 3.
+2.
+2.
So 10, you succeed. And with a mighty sort of, the good ship Aldi moves forward. And you sort of lead the sort of last remaining Trader Joe's get sort of thrown overboard, and they're like, hooray! Yeah, Wilhelm scream off, and the captain thanks you. Thank you so much. Look, we just need your help. We just need to get past this final sort of mark, and then the whoops counter. We're happy to share with you the treasure. We'll get you back to dry land. Please, you just have to help us get past the last thing.
Got it, Captain.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So, yes, yeah. I'm over here, Randy, and you turn around.
I'm sorry.
Yes. So you sort of make your way, and it gets late into the evening. The crew start to trust you all because you all helped with sort of pushing the ship forward. So conveniently, for the story purposes, you're all left on watch together. You make your way through, and it becomes still and calm. And the wind, you're trying to work out this whole time who is blowing the wind, and it has stopped at this point. And you are looking around and trying to work it out, and suddenly 1 tentacle, 2 tentacle, 3 tentacles appear around the ship, but each tentacle is holding like what looks like a spear with many different sized fruit in it. Yes, it is the dreaded fruit salad kraken that's come to attack.
Oh no!
The good ship Aldi. You can see horrible, like big eyes, like as it sort of wakes up, and it sort of screams, "Fruit! I need sustenance!" And it's sort of like pushing away in the wind, and alarm bells are going up, but you three are stood on deck watching this happen. What would you like to do?
I'd like to chop meat parts. Chop? No. Yeah, I'm just sorry. I got naming meat. I've got my notes confused. Yep. I'm good at chopping and also good at naming meat parts. So I'd like to chop.
Chop. How would you like to chop? You see these tentacles that you can easily sort of reach them, but you might have to jump off the ship and start like karate chop them, or if you've got a knife.
I feel like as a butcher, I always have some sort of knife on me. So I'd like to do like a flying leap and then just a lot of chopping, thrashing about out into the waves.
Absolutely. Yeah, you have a proper butcher's knife that's just at your thing. Up until this point has not been used because you thought it's not the time, but now it is the time.
Previously, I was telling people what to do. Now I'm ready to.
If anything, you were pointing with the butcher's knife. Right, and so that's why people were quite frightened by it.
Everyone was very annoyed.
Yes, you're like, actually, that's a big danger on an open ship like that. Just do what I say. Yeah, absolutely. All right. So yeah, if you're chopping, 2d6 plus 2.
Right. 12 plus 2, 14.
Oh, you slice and dice through at least 3 fruit tentacles on the right-hand side. You manage to skip back to the ship, and it's like, bruh, I just wanted some citrus fruits. And it's definitely damaged on one side. And so you've definitely succeeded, and it's abated for now, but it's still around the ship. Windy and Daisy, what are you thinking? What are you planning on doing?
I'm thinking I need to start stomping on some tentacles.
Right. How are you doing that? Just
every time a tentacle kind of lashes down on the boat, I just jump on it and start stamping down like a child in a muddy puddle.
Perfect. Love it. All right, do a stomping check for me. So that's going to be a +1. So 2d6 plus 1. Tell me what you get.
7 plus 1, so 8.
8. That is a mixed success. So you do a proper jump, and you've got proper Doc Martens on, the famous staple of all farmers. You stamp down, and you can feel something I mean, there's no bones in krakens. You feel something break, and then suddenly you feel around you another tentacle, and the smell of sweet sort of like the peach syrup, like cherry syrup, as this tentacle with another fruit skewer curls around you and picks you off the boat. So you've done some damage to it, but you are currently in its clutches. All right, the wind, windy. This is happening all around you. What would you like to do?
I think I would like to. I still have that banana from earlier.
You didn't use it, so I presume you've had it on your person this whole time.
I've got my banana from earlier, and one thing we know what bananas do is they make other fruit go bad.
Yeah, it's true.
Because of a gas that bananas release. And so what I'm going to do as the wind is collect all this gas from that banana and use it to rot the fruit of this kraken that it has on its skewers. So I'm going to ruin its skewer tentacle that it's got around Daisy. To try to do some, I'm gonna try to rot the fruit on all of its tentacles.
You're trying to rot it with your breath. That's what you're telling me.
Exactly. With my banana gas.
Your banana gas.
Yeah, whatever chemical that is.
Sure. Yeah, I'll go with blowing and moving. I can't think of other justification. I can't use pirate code on this. So yeah, go for it. Yeah. Plus 2d6 and let me know what you get.
4 and 4.
Plus 2, 8. Oh, you guys are doing amazing. That's a success. Daisy, you're feeling this horrible sickliness, and you're like, is this the way I'm going to go? And then suddenly there's a horrible putrid smell, and suddenly all this fruit rots around you, and you manage to be able to pick yourself out and like sort of pop out, like off back of the van, and you just hear, no! She was going to help me!
Oh, no!
The Kraken's turn. The Kraken takes those 3 tentacles go away that very kindly that Randy completely dismembered, and then the Kraken sort of like does almost like a free willy flip over the top of the ship, and so you all look up and you just see this horrible mass coming down of you, like the up end of a fruit bowl slowly coming down on the ship. I would like you all to make a let's say swimming check as you're all going to jump off of the boat. And that's going to be a plus 0. So it's just 2d6.
Oh, 3.
I got 3.
3.
4 and 1.
Oh, a 5. So yes, so all failures. So everyone mark that one failure in swimming, so that next time you'll get a plus 1 to it. And you take a little bit of damage. Everyone has 10 HP, which I should have said at the beginning. So you take 3 juice damage, I'll say. Some horrible fishy juice. It gets all in your hair. It gets in all your stuff. The wind, it gets in all the places you didn't realize you had stuff in. And the good ship, Aldi, sinks. It breaks apart. And you see bits of fruit and crates everywhere, like happy to help. Canvas bags, which you can see pour the like the cabin boy, the cabin boy's going through. He goes, "No, it's just paper. It's all made of paper." But you managed to, all 3 of you, conveniently, again for story purposes, you managed to get onto sort of the bow of the ship, where the sort of the figurehead would be, and you look, and it's just a giant Aldi sign. You're just holding on to the 3 hours, and you rest of the night you sort of get tossed and turned in the ocean, and you get swept up onto an island. And you maybe whoever has the map, I think Daisy, you sort of you're scrolling and you go, oh, we are here. We're at the secret island where the lost treasure of the whoops counter is. And it's currently quite quiet. It's morning. You can hear the ocean lapping at the thing. And it's sort of beautiful. Again, think of Treasure Island, essentially a huge, beautiful island, sandy beach, sort of the palm trees and stuff. For traditional trope, you have a mountain that looks like a skull just placed there. Nothing ominous about that.
No.
What would you guys like to do?
I'd like to use my finding booty skill.
Yes. How would you like to go find booty for this?
I think we use the map, and then maybe I use my chopping skills to dig a hole once we get to somewhere.
Perfect. All right. So you're gonna take charge on the find booty skill. What I would say, what the other 2 can do for this, you can help with this. So is there another skill that you 2 can do separately that will give help to Randy's role? So Randy's going to obviously look at the map and sort of like look around and stuff, and then try and find stuff. But what can you do to help?
Thinking I might just have a drink of grog, to be honest.
Conveniently, you have like your sort of cider your fresh press. Yeah, that you can just pass around to wizards. It's thinking juice. So yeah, absolutely. All right, we'll keep that in mind.
Drinking grog is good. I can't consume
just go straight
liquids.
Through you.
I mean, unless you atomize it and create sort of a vapor from it, then I can
cider cloud.
If you create a cider cloud, I can deal with that. I can take that into me. Mm-hmm. I'm decently good at persuading, and so I'm going to be a voice of encouragement in Randy's ear. I'm going to give him the motivation and the stick-to-itiveness and the resolve.
Good. You wouldn't say this is giving instructions at all, would you?
Not getting instructions. No, I'm terrible at giving instructions, but I am very good at saying, Randy, you're the best. You're the best in the biz, Randy. Keep going. Keep going. You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
This doesn't seem very helpful. I can't remember your name and the other one.
Okay, so I would like the wind to roll me 2d6 plus 1 for whispering. Daisy, could you then roll 2d6 plus nothing for drinking grog, and let me know what you get.
Got a 2 and a 5.
So a 7.
Grogging it up.
Yeah, mixed success.
3 and a 4.
Plus 1 because you're whispering. So it's an 8, so mixed success. Brilliant. So so you do both help in your own way, which is exactly what we want for this. So that means, Randy, you get a +2 for finding booty because these two managed to help you.
Very
good. Roll 2d6 plus 2.
I did a 5 and a 5, so 10 plus 2.
It's a 12. It is a success. So imagine, if you will, a montage of you're going past. There's a sound of like Daisy bringing out the flask, offering it to Windy, going, "Oh wait, sorry," drinking on your behalf, getting. Of course, this whole time I completely forgot. Everyone's slightly drunk.
Slightly drunk, right? Yeah.
So that whole interaction was like, "Ahoy!" Avast! That poor captain is like, I don't know. But again, it's that sort of thing where when people are drunk speak, you understand perfectly. Outside to the viewers at home, you have to be subtitled. So this whole film has been subtitled as a result. So so you have a whole montage where you three are drunkenly stumbling through the jungle, drinking more.
I'm holding up for a hero to the end of the night. Exactly.
There's definitely a bit where part of another film's been put in where you're doing Temple of Doom and you're all in a cart randomly from that.
Yeah.
And then
it's a shopping cart though, right? It's a shopping cart.
Of course it is. Absolutely. Oh yeah. I couldn't have made it better myself. And then you get
one of us is in the child seat.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you have a whole number of other trolleys coming behind you with other people sort of shouting, and you're like, bye, as you have managed to find the lost treasure of the whoops counter, which as you open it up, it's got many stickers on. It's in the fridge section, and it's the only thing I could think of, but it is a smashed avocado spread ready for toast.
Hey.
Brilliant.
A smashed avocado spread. Yes!
And
what more could we want?
And that is the end of You Awaken in a Strange Place. Thank you so much.
We did it. Guys, brunch is back on.
The millennial dream realized. Avocado toast for all.
The What Am I Rolling podcast was created, recorded, and edited by me, Fiona Howat. This episode's players were Andrew Rojas, Drew Saplin, and Sarah Duracott. This episode's RPG was You Awaken in a Strange Place, a fully improvised RPG for 4 players by Jacob Andrews. You can find out more information about the game on itch.io. The theme music was 8-Bit March by Twin Musicon of twinmusicon.org, licensed under a Creative Commons 4.0 license. If you want to find out more about the podcast, check out the website. That's www.wairpodcast.com. Fancy getting in touch? email the podcast at whatamirollingpodcast@gmail.com. Finally, follow the podcast on Twitter and Instagram at WAIR_podcast for the latest news on upcoming episodes. And remember, adventurers need not apply.